Alright, hi guys, and welcome to our 6th lesson of Latin. Now, today we're going to be talking about the different declensions of nouns and how they affect the adjectives that we use with them. Remember that the declensions have to do with how a noun is conjugated, but they also have to do somewhat with the different genders of nouns, which is masculine, feminine, or neuter. Alright, so just to start with an example of what I'm talking about, we have the small girl and the small boy. Now, in English, adjectives do not depend on the noun itself. However, in most other languages, the adjective will depend on the noun itself. Just like we see in Puella Parva. Parva means small, and Puella, remember, means girl. Now, remember that Puella is a feminine noun of the first declension. That means that when you put the adjective parva with it, it must match the ending of puella, so that's why there's an A at the end. The root of parva is parv. Now let's look at puer parvulus. Alright, remember that puer is a masculine noun of the second declension. Now puer is somewhat irregular. That means it doesn't end the way that most masculine nouns would end. So you can't see as clearly as you can with puella parva how this adjective goes with this noun, but the masculine conjugation of an adjective is parvulus. It's the ulus at the end. Alright, so just a quick reminder, the declensions for our purposes have to do with how a noun is conjugated and whether it's feminine, masculine, or neuter. And like I was already saying, the first declension, most words are feminine, except for 4 of them. 2 we've already learned, and that's agricola and nauta. The other 2 are poeta and incola, which means poets or inhabitants. But we're not going to go over those for a while. Alright, and nouns in the second declension are generally masculine or neuter. We have gladius and puer. Notice how puer is different looking than gladius. Gladius is actually more of a regular masculine noun, whereas puer is irregular, like I told you. I actually made a mistake here. I said that both of those are neuter. I meant to say masculine. The word oppidum, however, which means town, is neuter. The plural nominative form of oppidum is oppida, and its accusative singular is oppidum, and its plural is oppida as well. It makes it easy for us. Alright, here's another adjective. We have validus, which means strong. Now here's the different ways that it conjugates. With oppidum, which is a neuter noun of the nominative case, in its singular nominative case, it takes the ending so validum has to follow with it. Now, puer, which is our masculine singular noun of the first case, or of the first nominative case, takes the ending us at the end, so validus. And then we have puella valida. Alright, here is some more of these lovely adjectives going on right here. And this is just a full breakdown of what they're going to look like in each declension. Now this is going to be just in the singular nominative case. Keep that in mind. So we have large or great. In the feminine, that looks like magna. In the masculine, it looks like magnus. And in the neuter, it looks like magnum. We have bad. It's going to look like mala in feminine, malus in the masculine, and malum in the neuter. Keep in mind, this is all the singular nominative case. Now, we have small, which is parva, parvulus, and parvum. Strong, valida, validus, validum. And we have many or much, which would be multa in the feminine, multus in the masculine, and multum in the neuter. Notice the little trend going on here. When we are in this particular case, all the feminine ends in just an A. That's the only difference. That's the only change. That's what's added on to the end of the root word for each. Now, in masculine, it all ends in a US. Masculine, you kind of have to change the spelling a little bit of the word. but that's just what you gotta do. And for neuter, it all ends in um. Alright, so here's some examples. We have gladius, validus. Gladius means sword, and it's a masculine noun, so it's going to take the ending us with its adjective. This is in the nominative singular case, so we have gladius, validus. Then we have puellae multi. Notice how I'm in the plural nominative here, so this means many girls. Multi just takes the ending of puellae. Now we have agricola malus. Hold up. The reason why I have this in red, remember that agricola is a masculine noun of the first declension. It looks like it's feminine. It's going to conjugate like it's feminine, but it will not take the feminine adjective. It will take the masculine adjective. So it takes the ending, malus will take the ending us instead of being mala taking the feminine ending. So it's agricola malus in the singular nominative. Now we have nauta parvulus. Same thing. This is in red for the same reason. Remember that nauta was an irregular. It is of the first declension, so it will conjugate like any feminine noun. However, it will not take the feminine adjective with it. It will take the masculine. So parvulus must end in ulus. Now we have puer validus. Remember that puer is masculine. It takes the masculine adjective with it. This is singular, so puer validus. And we have opida magna. Now, this looks like it's a feminine noun. That's why I have this here to remind you. Opida is the plural neuter form in the nominative. So this means great towns. It means large towns. It's plural. It's not singular. So don't mistake it for a singular feminine. Alright, next time we're going to discover a new case of nouns, the dative case. It's the case of the indirect object. So look forward to some more conjugating.